This is Jeremiah with ADF. Today we're going to go over the kitchen setup and appliances for the Metris Anacapa. We have a 12-volt refrigerator, a propane cooktop, a sink, and all this runs off of an auxiliary battery for the van, so you don't need to worry about this refrigerator killing your starting battery and leaving you stranded. To start, with the refrigerator open, we can turn it, you make sure that it's on or off. There is two different buttons here. The one on the right is going to control how cold the refrigerator gets, with this being the warmest and this being the coldest. We like to keep it in usually about the third setting to keep things from freezing and also not use too much power. If you'd like to turn the refrigerator off, we press and hold this button until the light turns off. If the light is off, the refrigerator is turned off. So that's the first thing to check if the refrigerator's not working, is the light on. With the light off, we'll press and hold this button, the light lights back up, and we're good to go. If you would like to, if you're not using the van and you want to turn the refrigerator off and keep it from smelling or getting nasty, we can slide this over to the venting mode. You'll see on the top of this metal piece, it actually says vent. And what that does is that keeps the door from closing all the way. So there's an air gap in here which keeps the refrigerator from getting musty or moldy on the inside. We obviously don't want that in the vent mode while we're using the refrigerator, so we'll make sure to just slide that over to where it does not say vent, and then the fridge will close properly. There is a freezer compartment in this, which is right here. And all of these shelves can be removed or manipulated to kind of better fit whatever you have in this refrigerator. The Anacapas have a propane cooktop. These function off of 1 pound camping style propane bottles, which are stored below the sink. There's a holder for 2 of these bottles, but only one will work at a time. You can see here we have the hose screwed onto one of our bottles, so we know that that system is active. While you're driving or in transit, it's recommended to disconnect that propane bottle just to make sure there's no chance of leakage of propane into the vehicle. To light the stove, you're either going to have one that has a lighter or an igniter, or is going to be one that lights via a lighter or a match. To light this, we're going to press down the knob and turn it just a little bit to the light position, and we'll spark it. We can see that we have a flame going now. I'm going to keep this handle depressed for another couple seconds after the flame is going to make sure that it's fully lit. Once it's fully lit, I can adjust the temperature with the knob. To turn it off, I go back up to the top and you'll see the flame will go out. It is very important while you're cooking to make sure that the driver's seat is not reclined all the way back and next to this burner. You will burn the seat. You can either slide this seat forward or rotate it as shown here. It's also advised to have the driver's side sliding door open for extra ventilation. Another thing we have on this kitchen set system is a sink with an electric pump. So in order to turn on the water pump, we have an engraved switch on the control panel. Turn on this switch, you'll know that it's on because there's a lighted LED ring around the perimeter of that switch. From there, I can turn on water and even change to more of a spray nozzle. If you wanted to use this faucet as a shower head, the whole faucet pulls out and rotates outside of the vehicle. This can be used to wash off boards, rinse things off, or even take a small shower. Up here on our control panel for the vehicle, we have a 12-volt socket, USB chargers, and a Victron energy monitor. That's going to tell us the charge level of our battery. We can monitor the voltage, the amps going in and out, or the percent charge of the battery. So this is very handy to tell when you need to start your engine. If the voltage gets below 12 or 11 volts, or you get down to around 10 or 20% charge, it's recommended to start the engine and let it run for about an hour to recharge that battery. If you have a solar panel plug-in, it should be totally fine. You just need to readjust the angle of your solar panel for the sun. So that's it for the kitchen appliances of the Metris Anacapa.